1.3, order of operations. Okay, the book's a little bit different than the way I teach it. We use the acronym PEMDAS, or Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally. Each letter stands for a different type of mathematical operation or grouping symbol. The P stands for parentheses or grouping symbols. Okay, so the first one, we're always going to get rid of grouping symbols. Grouping symbols first. That includes parentheses, brackets, curly brackets. Okay, the E stands for exponents. So you evaluate exponents next. Okay, we're talking about numerical expressions, and how to do the order of operations on them to evaluate. So grouping symbols, exponents, then multiplication and division. Now these two can be flip-flopped depending on the situation. If it's a linear set of numerical expression, something like this, you always want to go left to right. Okay, work left to right. Okay, so just the way you'd read it. So you go 4 divided by 5, and then you multiply by 6. Okay, it doesn't have to be multiplication and division, but that's the order we put them in. So multiplication and division. And the last two are addition and subtraction. And the same rule applies with those. That if it's in a linear situation, you would do addition and then subtraction in whichever order they come from left to right. Okay? All right, let's go through a couple examples of how to use this as an evaluation tool. So examples, first example. We have 1 plus 8 in parentheses times 3. As we said, grouping symbols go first, so we have our parentheses here. We're going to evaluate inside of those parentheses first, because that's a grouping symbol. So 1 plus 8 is 9. And then we have 9 times 3, which is left, which we can evaluate to be 27. So the grouping symbol went first, and then the multiplication, because that's what our order of operations tells us to do. Okay, second example. We have 7 plus parentheses 8 minus 7 plus 2 to the 4th. Okay, order of operations again says do whatever inside the grouping symbols or parentheses first. So we have 8 minus 7. From left to right, we have addition and subtraction in here, so we need to do the subtraction, then add. So 8 minus 7 is 1. And I will leave this 7 plus out front. We have 1 plus 2, because I'm working with what's inside the parentheses first. Okay. And now I can evaluate the 1 plus 2, which is 3, to the 4th power. Okay, the parentheses here are not necessary, but I just left them because they were on there. So now I can evaluate exponents, because the E after the P in PEMDAS, or please excuse, stands for evaluating exponents. So now I need to know what 3 to the 4th is. Well, if I can't figure that out, I can come over here and say, well, what's 3 times 3 times 3 times 3? Because that's the exact same as 3 to the 4th. Okay, it's the same thing. Well, I know that 3 times 3 is 9, and I still have 2 3s to multiply. Okay, I also know that this 3 times 3 is 9. It's another way to do it. So I can take 9 times 9, and we should know that that's 81. So 3 to the 4th should be 81. So I have 7 plus, I'm going to put an 81 where the 3 to the 4th was. Okay, then I have 7 plus 81, which is 88. That was one of the more difficult ones that you'll encounter.